Yeah. Okay. Abstract class means, see, in any class, if you don't define body for any method, then definitely that method should be defined as abstract method. Okay. So if there is any abstract method in any class, that class should be defined as a abstract class. That means abstract class means that class is not completed. That class is not defined completely. Okay, that is the meaning of abstract class. Okay, so how to define that abstract class, and let us see that with some examples. Abstract class. Yeah. See this here. Just I will copy this in our. Let us create a new ABST class. Abstract class. New class. New class. ABST class. Abstract class example. Remove this. Okay, Govind, while all of you are able to see my screen, right? Hello? Are you able
Yeah,
to?
yes, sir. Available.
Yeah. Raja, are you able to see?
Yes.
No, no, sir.
Hmm?
No, no, sir. It's not showing. Even
No, no, you are not seeing my screen, I guess. No, you are, what is that? You are not connected to video, yes. Rejoin, Rajesh. Raja,
okay, okay,
you disconnect and rejoin.
okay.
Okay. See now, let us see here. Just I already have that. See what we are doing in this class. We created abstract class. This is the main class, public class. This is main public class. Say as per our core Java rules, in any Java file we can define multiple classes, but there should be only one public class. So in this core Java file we have three different classes. It is one class, second class, and it is a third class. But we have defined only one public class, and this public class name should be same as Java file name. Okay, ABST class. Okay, we'll come back to this main class later. First, let us see. This is the abstract class we defined here. See, abstract is the keyword. Should be added to the class name. Abstract, class, and the class name. And inside this, we defined two methods. What is the first method? Public, abstract, void, method 1. Public is the access modifier. Abstract is the keyword to define an abstract method we added. And void is the data type that method returns. Void means that method does not return any value. And method 1 is the method name. That means for this method 1, there is no body defined. No body is defined for method 1. So that's why this method is defined as abstract method. And similarly, we defined second method. And second method is not abstract method here. Only first method is abstract method, and second method is not an abstract method. And in the second method we defined body. Here body is already defined here, so it is not anymore abstract method. So inside this abstract class we have defined two methods, and out of that one method is defined as abstract. One method is abstract method. Since this class contains one abstract method, so this class should be defined as abstract class. Are you clear? Abstract class means a class which may contain one or more abstract methods. What is abstract method? Abstract method means just simply we define the method name, not the method body. Method body will not be defined for abstract methods. That means we can define that method body later in the subclasses. Understand? Okay, now this is abstract class. It is a class, definition is ended here. Now we are defining one more class. What is this? Implementation class. Abstract implementation class, ABS. Abstract implementation class. Just I have given some name. You can give any name here. Just simply to make it meaningful, just I have used this name. Abstract implementation class extends abstract class. What we are doing here? We are defining inheritance. We are defining a subclass from this abstract class. So abstract implementation class extends abstract class. So this abstract class is superclass. This abstract implementation class is subclass. So inside this subclass, what we are doing? See, since we are extending the super abstract class, this subclass should define all abstract methods. All abstract methods of superclass should be defined inside this subclass. So inside this superclass, there is only one abstract method, that is method 1. So this abstract method 1 should be defined inside the subclass with the body. So inside this subclass, we are defining method 1 body. Are you clear? Now this method 1 is not a abstract class because we are defining here a body for this method 1. So now this method 1 is not anymore abstract class. And inside this abstract implementation class, there is no abstract method available. So this class is not abstract class. Understand? See, for example, in this superclass, if I add one more abstract class, one more abstract method, see inside this superclass, I am adding one more abstract method, method 3. Method 1 and method 3. There are two methods which are defined as abstract methods inside the superclass. Now, inside this subclass, I defined method 1 definition, method 1 body. Okay, but method 3 is not defined inside this subclass. Are you clear? The superclass contains two abstract methods. Out of that, one abstract method body is defined in the subclass, but method 3 abstract method is not defined in the subclass. So it is not possible. Either you should define all abstract methods in the subclass. If you don't define all abstract methods in the subclass, in that case, this subclass also should be defined as abstract class, because still this subclass is not defining all abstract methods. Still the few more abstract methods are available which are not defined without body. So in this scenario, this subclass should be defined as abstract class. See, now this error is gone. If I remove this abstract keyword, it is showing error. See that? It is showing error. What is this error? See, just look at that. What is that error? There is an unimplemented method. There is unimplemented method for this subclass. What is that unimplemented method? Method 3 is unimplemented. Method 3, still there is one method in this superclass without body. Are you clear? Govind, Bala, Raja, any doubts? See, very simple point here. This is abstract class. In this abstract class, we defined three methods. Method 1 and method 3 are abstract methods, and method 2 is not abstract method. Why method 1, method 3 are abstract methods? Because for these two methods, we have not defined a body. We have not implemented these two methods. Understand? That's why these two methods are defined as abstract methods. Since this class contains one or more abstract methods, that class should be defined as abstract. Are you clear? Now we are deriving a subclass from this abstract class by using extends keyword. This is the subclass and this is the superclass. Now in this subclass, when you are deriving a new subclass from abstract class, we should have to define all abstract methods in the subclass. That is one way. Or if you don't define all abstract methods in a subclass, then that subclass also should be defined as abstract. Are you clear this point? Either you should have to define these two methods in the subclass. Suppose now if I define method 3 body here, see if I define a method 3 body here, it is a method 3. See, now error is gone because we have implemented all abstract methods of superclass in this subclass. Inside this subclass we have implemented, that means we have defined all abstract methods body. We have defined methods body for all abstract methods of superclass. So now that error is gone. Suppose if I remove any one of these definitions, then it will throw error. See, in this subclass we defined only method 3 body, but still method 1 body is not defined. So this class in this scenario should be defined as abstract. Abstract. See, now the error is gone. Understand how to do inheritance with abstract classes. Are you clear? You have any doubts in this? You understand this point, Bala, Govind, Raja?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, now see, in the main class we are going to call these methods. How we are going to call these methods? Okay, here let me implement all the methods, all the abstract methods here. We have implemented both the methods inside the subclass. Now we are going to call ABS. See, inside main class with the main method is important inside the public class, because this is the class we will be running first. So to run this class, main method is mandatory. We have to define the main method. So inside main method, what we are doing, first I am creating ABS IMP class object with new, and inside this I declared abstract class object variable ABS in this statement, and then to this ABS we are assigning AB IMP object variable. See, just please keep remember here, ABS is superclass object, AB IMP is subclass object. So it is possible to assign subclass objects to superclass object reference variable. It is possible. So now from this ABS you can call any method, method 1, method 2, method 3. We are calling those methods. Let us call method 3 also. Method 3. Right. Are you clear? In the main method, inside this main class, we defined a main method because we want to run this class, and inside this main method, first we are creating abstract implementation class object, and again we declared superclass object, ABS class object, and this object is assigned to this ABS. See, you no need to see, for example, if I don't see, it is not required, this statement is not required. Directly we can use this variable also. We can call the same method using this variable also. See that? ABIMP dot method 1. See, all methods are accessible inside this subclass variable. We can call directly from here also, not a problem. Okay. Like this also, simply we can call. We are calling all three methods. Just simply we are calling three methods using subclass variable, and here we are calling three methods using superclass variable. See, for example, if I comment this line, what will happen? If I comment this line, what will happen? If you comment this line, what is the problem? Why it is throwing error now? Any guess, Bala Govind? Why it is throwing error now if I comment this line? Govind, why it is throwing error if I comment that line?
Don't assign anything to ABS.
Now ABS
It
is
doesn't know where it is defined.
no, not that one. See, now see, if I comment this line, in this line what object we are creating? Abstract implementation class we created object, correct? For this class we created object. But what this ABS contains now?
Yeah.
What we have defined here? Just simply we declared a variable, but we have not created an object here in this line. Understand? In this line what we are doing? We are doing two things. First we are declaring this variable, and in this statement what we are doing? We are creating abstract implementation class object by using new keyboard, and this object is assigned to this variable. That means in this statement we are creating an object. First we are declaring the variable, after that we are creating an object, and that object is assigned to this variable. So there are three things are happening inside that line, inside this statement. First declaration, and after that we are creating object, and this object is assigned to this variable. Understand? And when you come to this statement, what is there? Only declaration is there. There is no object created, and there is no object assigned to this ABS variable. Understand? So without creating an object, can you call the method? We can't call the method without object reference. Understand? Now at present ABS is not an object. No object is assigned to this ABS variable. So it is not possible to access the methods using this variable. But using this variable we are able to access the methods because we created object, and that object is assigned to this variable. So using this variable you can access the methods. But here ABS simply it is a declared variable, but no object is assigned to this variable. So that's why it is throwing error. Understand? See that it is not initialized. That variable is not initialized. It is empty. There is no object is initialized to that variable. By commenting this line, what is happening? This ABIMP already assigned with an object. Understand? That object we are assigning to this ABS variable. Now after this statement, what this ABS represents, that ABS variable represents an object. So now we are able to access, using that object, we are able to access all these methods. Understand the point here? See, either you should write this statement or I should write another statement here. See, to access these methods, ABS is equal to new abstract class. I can use this statement also. ABS class, correct, right? Oh, sorry, abstract classes cannot be inherited, is it? Abstract class cannot be inherited. Yeah, I think so. We cannot inherit that abstract class. See that? Cannot instantiate the type abstract class because this class is abstract class. So the abstract class cannot be inherited. It is an important point, okay? We missed it. Abstract class cannot be inherited. Okay. See, it is throwing error. Or we can write this statement otherwise instead of that. Now it is accepting. Understand? See, either you should assign this variable to this ABS or you have to instantiate abstract implementation class object and that object should be assigned to this ABS variable. Or you can directly access all the methods from this object variable. Are you clear? Got it, Bala Govind? Any doubts
Yes, sir.
at this point? Okay, now let me run this program. See, it is printing two times. Method 1, method 2, method 3. Method 1, method 2, method 3. Two are printed. First one is start using ABIMP variable. Second one is using ABS variable. Okay. So we can use this statement. Both will be working fine. Either this or this one. Are you clear? What is the abstract class? Abstract class means nothing but if the class contains any unimplemented methods, that class is called abstract class. If there is any methods which are not implemented, that method should be defined as abstract method. Unimplemented methods. Understand? Without implementation of,
Yes, sir.
yeah, that is called unimplemented methods. I can say unimplemented methods. Unimplemented methods. Govind, are you clear? Okay. Okay, that is the abstract class method. Now come to final. What is this final keyword? Final keyword is nothing but if you use this final keyword for classes with the class, say for example, I think so abstract class cannot be defined as final. Understand? Can you define abstract class as a final? It is not possible. Say that it will throw error, I guess. Definitely it should throw error. See, it is throwing error because the class abstract class can be either abstract or final, but not the both. Look at that error message. What is the meaning of final? If you define any class as a final, that class cannot be inherited. Understand? See, if we define what is the meaning of abstract class? Abstract class means the class contains some unimplemented methods. So those unimplemented methods should be implemented in the subsequent subclasses. Understand? That is the purpose of creating abstract class. See, I don't want to define all the methods within this class itself. I defined only method 2 here, but I want to define this method 1, method 3 in the subsequent subclass. So that's why I didn't define here method 1, method 3 body. So that's why I define this class as abstract class. So I want to define these two methods in the subsequent subclass. So when you can define these two methods in the subsequent class, this class should be inherited. Only then we can define that in the subclass. But if you define a final, that means abstract means the abstract class should be inherited. Understand? Because to define the unimplemented methods in the subsequent subclasses, the abstract class should be inherited. Understand? That is the meaning of abstract, correct? But if I add a final to abstract class, what is the meaning of final? If you define any class as a final, what is the meaning of that? That class cannot be inherited. That is the meaning of final. See, both are contradict. The abstract means this class should be inherited to define unimplemented methods. That is the abstract method, abstract class. What is the final means? That class should not be inherited. Both are contradict. So that's why the final should not be defined for abstract classes. Then let us see where we can define that. Let us take any other class where we define inheritance here, right? Yeah, let me open this. See, this is a mobile class. Suppose if I define this mobile class as a final, see that now it is throwing error here. Why? Because we are inheriting this mobile class inside this Galaxy S5 subclass. Since now mobile class is defined as a final, this mobile class cannot be inherited now because it is defined as a final. But here we have inherited this mobile class, so it is wrong. So it is throwing error. See, the final class mobile, the type Galaxy S5 cannot be a subclass for the mobile class which is defined as a final now. So if I remove this final, that error won't be there. See, error is gone. That means the final class cannot be inherited. That is clear, right? Okay. Are you clear now? If you define a class, if you define any class as a final, that class cannot be inherited. And similarly, if you define any method as a final, what will happen? That method cannot be overridden. Method cannot be overridden. Let us see that example. Where we are, yeah, here itself. See, in this example itself, inside this mobile class, we have get features method. And for this mobile class, Galaxy S5 is a subclass. In the superclass, we have the method get features. The same method is redefined in the subclass Galaxy S5. So this is called overriding. So this subclass get features method is overriding superclass get features method. Are you clear? Suppose if you define this get features method in a superclass as a final, see, if I define like this, now this method cannot be overridden in any subclass. Understand? This method cannot be overridden in any subclass. See, now it is throwing error here. What we are trying to do in this subclass, we are trying to override this get features method in the subclass. This get features method is already defined as a final. So this get features method cannot be redefined in any subclass. It is not possible. But here we are trying to redefine that. So that's why it is throwing error. Cannot override. Say that. Cannot override the final method. Understand now how final works. If I remove this final, it won't be an error. See, now it is fine. It is working good. No error is coming now. Okay, that is about final method, final keyword with methods. And now come to final keyword, where we can use final keyword with variables also we can use. For example, if I define here uh, one variable, okay, here itself I can use final double camera 13. Now camera is a constant. Now camera variable becomes a constant. Constant means that variable value cannot be modified. Now if you try to modify this camera variable value inside the method, inside this method, let us see that. I am trying to modify this 16. See, it is throwing error. What is this error? Final is defined. Camera is defined as a final, so it cannot be modified. That's why it is throwing error. If I remove this final, then we can modify that variable value. See, now it is allowing. But if I add here final, this variable cannot be modified. That means that variable becomes a constant. That value, that variable value cannot be modified anywhere. Understand how it works? The final keyword with variables. So this final keyword can be used with classes, methods, and variables. If you use final keyword with class, that class cannot be inherited. If you use final with method, that method cannot be overridden. If you use this final keyword with variable, that variable becomes a constant. That variable value cannot be modified anymore. Are you clear? This is about final keyword. And what in Java we have one class called object class. So this is the main root class for all the classes in Java. It is a something special class, object class. Every class is a subclass of object class in Java. Okay, but we don't use this much. Okay, leave it. See, this is the package. How we define package? Package statement, how we are defining? It is a syntax of package statement. Package and the name of the package. What is a package means? Package means nothing but collection of classes. We can group multiple classes into one package. And that package name will be defined like this with the package statement. Okay. And now come to interface. What is the interface? Interface is similar to class. Interface is similar to class. But only difference is in the class we are defining, we define what Govind? Before when? What is the question, Govind? Before when we added final, error is thrown. Correct. No, see, when you want to add, you can add final to any method. Suppose if you don't want override that method, that is a final definition. I don't want redefine this method in any subclass. In that case, we should define that method as a final. You got my point? If you don't want redefine any method, I don't want to redefine this method. This is the final method. The same definition should be used across the subclasses. I don't want this method be redefined by any subclass. So in that scenario, that method should be defined as a final. Are you clear? When to add final keyword to any method? Got this point, Govind? See now, let us see what is the interface. Interface is one important entity in Java, like a class. What is the difference between interface and class? Interface is very similar to class. In the class, we are defining variables and also we are defining methods with implementation. That means what should be executed inside each method will be defined in the class. Are you clear? And if it is an abstract class, we cannot we can leave the implementation, body implementation, methods implementation. Without implementation, simply we can define or we can declare the methods if it is abstract class. So interface is a kind of abstract class. Again, there is one more small difference still between abstract class and interface. In the abstract class, we can define variables and we can define unimplemented methods with implemented methods. Understand? But in interface, no method will be implemented. That means all methods should be unimplemented. We don't define body for any method in the interface. Only method declarations will be defined in the interface. No method will be implemented or no method will be defined with body in the interface. That is one important difference. If it is a class or abstract class, we can have both implemented methods as well as unimplemented methods. Implemented methods means method with a body definition. Unimplemented method means a method without body definition. Understand? So if it is a class, the class can contain both the methods, implemented methods as well as unimplemented methods. But in interface, we can define only unimplemented methods. We cannot have any implemented method in the interface. That is one difference. Another difference is in the class, we can define variables, but in the interface, we cannot define any variables. We can define only constants in the interface. Are you clear? These two are the main important differences between class and interface. Apart from these two differences, all other features are similar to class. The interface features will be same as class, except these two differences. Are you clear? So let us see one example how to define interface. Here I have interface example. Let me define a new class, interface. Interface example. Okay, let me remove this example. Interface. Now let us see that how we define interface. This is the interface. Just this is the main class with the public. It is the main class, and this is the interface. See, the syntax is same as a class, but only keyword is changes here. It is interface, not the class. Interface name, and here we define methods, list of methods without body. List of methods without body. Like this we define interface. Once you define the interface, these methods implementation should be defined, right? Every method should be implemented somewhere. How you can implement interface methods? Within the interface, we are not implementing, we are not defining the methods implementation. But where we can define methods implementation? Inside subclasses, inside the classes, we can define these methods implementation. See that how to do that, how to implement interface methods. To implement interface methods, we are defining here a class, a rectangular class, implements shape 1, shape I, shape interface. You see here, implements is the keyboard to define. If you want to define any interface method inside some class, that class should implement that interface. That means, what is this meaning? This class is implementing this interface. So how it should be defined? Class name, implements, interface name. It like if it inheritance, like inheritance. In inheritance, what we are doing? Class name, extends, superclass name we'll be using, right? In the same way, the interfaces will not be inherited. What interfaces will be done? The interfaces will be implemented by other classes. How it will be implemented? By using implements keyboard. By using implements keyboard, we are implementing the interface in other classes. So this is the syntax. Now inside this class, we can define this area method, and we can define this print dimension method. So here we are defining both the methods body. Dimensions L equal to plus W equal to W. Just we are printing dimensions of this shape, dimensions of the shape in this method, and in this method we are calculating area of the shape, and we are printing that area. Are it clear? So inside this interface is implemented in this rectangle. See, we can implement the same interface by another class. That means interface can be implemented by multiple classes. It is possible. So I can define here one more class. See that here, one more class. It is a square. Square implements shape I. See, that means this rectangular class is implementing the shape interface, and similarly this square class also implementing shape interface. And here square means there is no length and width, because all sides are same size. So I will define only one dimension, that is length. So here I will be changing length, and here there is no width here. That's it. See how inside this rectangular class I define area method by using two sides, and this area method is implemented inside the square class using only one side. Understand? That means the same method of this interface is implemented in different ways in different classes. Understand? So we can implement these interface methods in multiple classes in different ways, like this. So now inside the main class, I will be creating square object. Let us create square sq equal to new square. And then now, what is this problem? square u is not there. Yeah, okay. Sq dot area, I want to print that area, and sq dot dimensions, print dimensions. Are you clear? And assign that value sq dot l. We have to assign sq dot l is equal to some 20. I am assigning l value to 20. So now just see here, I created a rectangular object, and here we created square object. For this rectangular object we assigned length and width, and after that we are calculating the area and dimension also. I will print here. S1 dot print dimensions. Sorry, S1 dot print dimensions. Okay, done. Now run this program. What is error? Interface app. No such file ID error. Oh, here it is error coming. Rectangle. Type rectangle. Oh, sorry. This class is already defined in some other Java file. That's why it is throwing error. I can rename it. Simply, I will remove this E. Already coming. Where it is defined already. Okay. Yeah, now it is gone. Just I have renamed it. Okay, because with this name already we defined some class in some other Java file. That's why it is throwing that error. So I have renamed that class name rectangular and save it. Now no errors. Now run. So it is printing. It is a rectangular area and rectangular dimensions. It is a. It should be square area, not rectangular area. It should display square area. Here I should give square area. Square area. Okay, square area 400 and dimensions 20. Clear now how to use interfaces, but we don't use interfaces in our Selenium, don't worry. Okay, it is but simply just to get to know what is the interface, how to use, how to define interfaces, we are discussing this. S1, yes, right here we declared S1 as a shape interface. It is interface variable, and to this interface variable we are assigning R1. To R1 we assigned object. Understand? This R1 object we are assigning to S1. Understand? Now S1 contains object. Any doubts, Subala, in interface?
Alright,
Okay.
fine, but
Okay.
when we do coding, we may get some questions.
Yeah. Good. So
Concept is okay.
yeah, fine. And now come to the last, right? One more important topic: exception handling. This we'll be using in every Java program. Exception handling we should use in every Java program. It is very important. Yeah, polymorphism we already covered, Govind. See how we covered polymorphism. What is the meaning of polymorphism means? What is the meaning of polymorphism? In Java, one object can have different forms. Different. That means one object can change into different forms. See how it is. For example, in this program itself, I can explain you polymorphism concept, how it is. See this S1. What is this S1? It is a interface variable, right? S1 is an interface variable at present. At this statement, S1 is interface, shape interface variable. Now in this statement, what is S1? S1 is a rectangular object, correct? Because to this S1 we assign here R1 variable. What is this R1 variable? A rectangular object. So to this S1 we assign here rectangular object. That means now in all these statements S1 represents a rectangular object. Understand? See, before this statement, what is S1 represents? Just interface. S1 represents interface object. But now in these three statements S1 represents a rectangular object. Now similarly I can assign here, see, I can write here one more statement, S1 equal to SQ. At this statement, at this statement, at this statement, S1 object, S1 variable is assigned with square object. So what is the S1 variable represents here? It is a square object. See that how the S1 variable changes its form, changes its object references. Understand? So it is called polymorphism. In Java, the object variable can change its forms dynamically. That is called polymorphism. Understand? Got it? Okay. Now let us see exception handling. See, in Java, using exception handling, we can handle any type of error. We can capture any type of error in the Java program using exception handling mechanism, and we can recover that error using this exception handling mechanism. So you by using this exception handling mechanism, any type of error can be can be caught in the during the program execution. No error can be skipped. No error can be escaped without unnoticed or without unnoticed or without. We can recover any type of error in Java by using this exception handling. So by using this exception handling mechanism, Java becomes error free. Error free. We can write error free Java codes by using this exception handling mechanism. By using this exception handling mechanism in our Java code, we can make our Java program error free programs. So let us see that in exception handling mechanism, you will be using these 5 keywords. What are those 5 keywords? Try, catch, throw, throws, and finally. These are the 5 keywords we'll be using in exception handling. What is this try? Try is the block where we define the code that should be monitored for errors. Understand? Try is the block where we should have to write our code that should be monitored for errors. Yeah, just a minute, Bala and Govind. Give me just 1 minute. I will be back. Yeah, hello Bala, Govin. Yeah, let us continue. See, in exception handling, we'll be using these five important keywords. Okay, in the try is the try block where we define the code and that should be monitored for errors. And the catch block is the block where we define some recovery actions where it will catch if any error occurs. Automatically control will come to this catch block. Suppose during the execution of try block, if any error occurs at any statement, immediately execution will stop that try block execution and control will come to catch block. So in the catch block, we can write the code to recover that error, or what is the next step you want to execute if that error occurs. So that should be defined in the catch block. Are you clear? And throw, what is this throw keyword? So throw keyword we can use to generate an error, an exception through scripting. Through scripting we can generate an error, our own error. Intentionally we can generate an exception, we can generate an error by using this throw keyword. And next one is throws. What is this throws? In any program, for example in one class, inside one class, uh, if you don't handle any errors, suppose we know that this class can throw some error or some exception, and that exception is not handled or not recovered within that class, in the same class. So in such scenario, we have to use this throws keyword to define that what type of exceptions or errors this particular class may throw. This class may throw these errors, these exceptions. So that set of exceptions should be defined by using throws class in the class definition. We'll see that one examples how it works. And finally class, finally keyword. This block, finally block, is a block. This is the block that we want to execute before return the control from that particular method. Before returning the control from that method, I want to run some statements just before returning the control from the method. So those statements or those steps can be defined in the finally block. And let us see some example. Exception handling. Define new class. Exception handling. Okay. EX CP HAND. Exception handling. Okay. Now look at this. See, inside this main method, I'm using try block. Try block. Inside this is the try block beginning. It is a try block ending. End of the try block. So inside this try block, we have to write our code. We have to write our program. Okay, that should be this program. While running this program, while running this particular try block, Java will be keep monitoring if any error occurred. If any error occurred at any step inside this try block program, then immediately it will stop that try block execution and control will come to this catch block. See, inside this catch block, we can define. See, if you know what is the exception, what exception this program may throw, may generate. If you know that particular exception, you can define here arithmetic exception, arithmetic exception, because here I will be using any. One second. Or simply we can write here like this also, exception. See, exception E. Catch exception E. Exception is a keyword, Java keyword. It defines Java exceptions, and E is the variable. E is a exception type variable. We can use any variable name here. And now, what is the exception occurred during this try block execution? If any exception occurs, exception means error. If any exception occurs, then automatically control will come to this catch block, and then here we are printing that exception message. You can print that exception message. See, print line I can give here, e dot message. Is there e dot m is not there, get message, get message. Okay, see, it will display what is the error message display returned by this code, by this program. So that will be displayed here. And this statement, e dot print stack trace, this statement will print that particular error details with particular line number, where in which line that error occurred, with full details. With more details, it will print that error message, error information in the Java console window. That is this error e dot print stack trace statement will do. It will print that this particular exception information with the line number, in which line that error occurred in the program, and which method that error occurred, what is the line number, and that method is called from where. So that entire entire hierarchy, methods hierarchy will be traced in that, will be displayed in the Java console by using this print stack trace statement. See, we can use multiple try catch statements in one Java program. See, in this Java program, I have used two try catch blocks. It is one try catch block, and it is another try catch block. For this try, it is the catch. For this try, it is the catch. Understand? So every try block should have a catch block. There should be catch block for every try block. Understand? But we can use multiple n number of try catches in the Java program. Are you clear? And then see here, finally class is defined, finally block is defined here. That means before returning the control from this main method, so this block will be executed. Understand? Just before. Yes, Govind. Hello, Govind, you have any doubt? Hello. Govind, do you have any doubt? Okay. Okay. So try block and catch block. For every try block, there should be a catch block, and we can use multiple try catch blocks in one Java program. And here I defined a finally block. This finally block will be executed just before uh, control returns out from this main method. Okay, just before come out from this main method, it will be running, this block will be running. Understand? And see that here, one more thing here, this is another class, it is another method, public static void method. And this method throws, see here I'm using throws keyword. This method may throw arithmetic exception, because I will be using some arithmetic statement inside this method. This arithmetic statement sometimes may throw error, may throw exception. See here, I am throwing here by using throw statement. I am throwing this exception manually using throw statement. See here, for j equal to 0, if j equal to 0 and I equal to 0, what will happen? I minus j will be 0. 1 by 0 means in any expression, if you have 0 as a denominator, that is invalid, right, in arithmetic expression. So division by 0 is not possible. That is arithmetic exception. Error will be thrown inside this statement. Understand? Suppose if I comment these two lines, then we can see that it will throw error. It will throw error. Definitely this statement will throw error at one point of time. When it will throw error, suppose if I give here j equal to 0, 0 to j plus plus, no, not here, 1. See, when this statement will throw error, tell me, in this for loop, when this error will throw error, when j equal to 5, I is 5 already, correct? If whenever j equal to 5, then what is this I minus j? 5 minus 5, 0. So this entire denominator will become 0. So at that point, it will throw error. It will throw exception. But that exception is not handled here because we are not using try catch block inside this method. That means that exception is not handled here. So in that scenario, we have to use this throws class to define that what exception may occur in this method. So inside this method execution, this exception may occur. That is what we are communicating by using this throws class, throws keyword to the method which is calling this method. See, we are calling this method inside main method. We are calling that method here. See that here we are calling this method. See, inside this method you may get some exception. That exception is not handled inside this method. So that's why we are defining here throws class, because this exception is not handled here. In that scenario, we should have to define throws class definitely. Otherwise, it will throw error. If I remove this this statement, it will throw error. See, it will throw error. Why it's not throwing error? Throw something. Okay, let me run this. Is it running? See, exception. It is error. It's not running. It is not running because of this throws class only. Now run. Still by 0 exception. Line number 833. Line number 33. Where is this one? This is the 33. If j equal to 5, throws arithmetic exception, division by 0. Save this. Yeah, see here it is running good. See, it is throwing that arithmetic exception division by 0. And 1 second. See what will happen. See here we are throwing error inside this method. It throws error. Understand? I think so. It is also not required. We can comment this. See, now also it will run. See, when you run this statement, it will throw error definitely, right? Whenever it throws error, immediately control will come to this black. Understand? And here we are printing that arithmetic exception, and that print stack trace we are printing. See, inside this method, what we are printing? we are printing k value. See what k values are printed. Let me run once again. See that what k values are printed. 1, 2, 5 are printed. See 1, 2, 5. That means we are calculating this k value, and that k value we are printing. Up to 5 it is printing. It is printed all the values. Okay, but whenever j equal to 5, there is an exception. So whenever exception, this method throws exception, and that exception is caught by this try black. And whenever this method returns an exception, immediately control is coming to here catch black, and inside that we are printing that exception information. Now whenever exception is thrown in this method, these statements will not be executed. All these statements, whatever the statements are there after that statement where we got that exception, these statements will not be executed. Understand? Because the try block execution will be stopped immediately whenever exception occurs. Understand the point? All these statements are not executed. But if I comment this line, and then if I run this program, what will happen? It will execute all these statements. Now look at that. See, now it is running try in main, null, final block. That means see these statements are printed. Try in main. Okay, and after that what is printed next? Yes, yes is printed. Console. Yeah, this is the console. Null is printed. Why null is printed? Where is the null? So str value is null, I guess. What is str value? Null. So this string is not equal to yes. That's why it is not printing the statement. Correct? Okay. So null pointer, null, and then final block, and it is coming final block. Okay, let us do 1 second. Here I assigned yes value. Yes, I am assigning. Now it should print yes, and then it should come control to final block. Now run. See, try in main, yes, and then final block is executed. See, first main program execution will be started, then it is printing this line, and then it is coming to the try block. Inside this try block, this if condition will be passed, so this yes is printed. So the try block execution is over here, and now it won't execute this catch block. When catch block will be executed, if any error occurs in the try block execution, only then this catch block will be executed. If there is no error occurs in the try block execution, then catch block will not be executed. Directly the control will come to this catch block for this try block. So this catch block also will not be executed. So there is no more program to execute. So directly it is coming to final block. In the final block we are printing this message. So only these three messages it is printing. Try in main, yes, and final block. Are you clear? See here, 5 keywords. How to use these 5 keywords in the exception handling in the Java. That is important. Try block, catch block. In the catch block, this syntax is important. We have to define exception, and if you know particular exception, specific exception, we can use that specific exception name. If you don't know what type of exception may occur during the try block execution, then you can use this exception, general exception term. And if you know very specific exception type, then you can use that exception type as exception name, arithmetic exception, and you can define that exception variable. And then inside that catch block, we can print that exception messages, or we can print exception trace with the line numbers in the console using this print stack trace statement. And this finally block will be executed just before end of the method execution. Okay, and here throw statement. See how to generate errors in the program manually using throw statement. Throw new and we have to specify what type of exception you want to generate, arithmetic exception, and what is that exception description. You can give any description here, any user messages you can pass it here, and this is the arithmetic exception. Okay, and this throws block, when throws class, when we use this throws class, if any in any method, if any method can return any exception, and if that exception is not handled inside this method using catch block, in that scenario you have to define that exception using throws class. Understand? In this method this exception is not handled, that's why we are defining here that exception using throws class. Suppose if you handle this exception using try catch block inside this method, in that scenario this statement is not required, throws statement is not required in the class definition. Are you clear? You got these points, ma? Bala and Govind, any doubts? Try catch, finally, throws and throw. How to use these keywords in the exception handling. See, inside try block we should keep our program always, and inside catch block we should display what error messages. Yeah, okay, ma. See, I will show you with one of our example. Let us see an example. Inheritance. See, in the inheritance, for example, this is the method. Okay, get features method. Suppose this method may return some exception. Assume that I want to handle all exceptions. If any exception occurs in this method, I want to catch it. I want to catch that exception, and I want to display that exception description. Then what we have to do inside this method, you can add a try block, try, open bracket, and keep this entire code inside this try block. Done. Whenever you add a try block, you have to add a catch block to catch that exception. Catch the catch syntax is exception e, it is a variable. You have to pass one parameter to catch method. Okay, catch block, sorry, this is a flower bracket, you have to give flower bracket, and here you can print what is that exception occurred, system.out.println e.get message. That's it. So that means for this particular code you have added exception handling mechanism. So if any error occurs during this method execution, that error will be caught inside this catch block, and that error message information will be displayed in the Java console. Are you clear? So that you can continue the next Java program. The execution will not be stopped here. The Java will continue the execution because you have handled that error inside this catch block. If you don't add this try catch block statements, and if any error occurs during this statements execution, Java will stop that program execution. It won't continue the execution if any error occurs in Java. But if you want to continue the execution, even though any error occurs in the Java program, I don't want to stop the execution and I want to continue the execution. How we can do that? By adding try catch blocks like this. Are you clear, Govind? Now you got it? How to use try catch blocks. Try catch blocks should be added inside each method, inside every method. See, for example, you go to any method, okay, you can add try catch blocks inside every method. We can add try catch block. Stack, I'm going to stack, it's not defined. Okay, okay, here also. See, in any method, see, this is the method, main method, right? Inside main method you can add try catch block, because main also one method. This method also can return some exception at any point of time. So I don't want to stop the execution if any error occurs. Then I will add here try block, try, and entire code should be kept inside this. Not here. Where is the try? Try. Now right here catch. Inside catch exception e and e dot print stack trace. E dot print stack trace. That's it. So like this, we can add try blocks to any method. To every method, we can add this try block. So it is a good practice always while writing the Java program. We should add this try block statements always. Then it will be running good. So any doubts? Govin, Bala, in these 5 keywords, try, catch, throw, throws, finally. Throw, we use this to generate an error in the script. We use this throw. When we use throws class, throws keyword, if any exception is not handled in the method, then we have to define throws. We have to define that exception using throws class in the method definition. Okay, and then come to this important thing. In Java, there are 2 exception classes. The main important class is throwable, is the main class in exception. Throwable is the main root class, exception class. This class has 2 subclasses. One is exception, another one is error. This exception class we use to handle Java programming exceptions, Java programming errors. And this error class will be used to handle runtime errors, Java runtime errors. Just simply for information, throwable is the main root class in the Java, root exception class, error class, throwable, and it has 2 subclasses. One is exception class, another one is error class. This exception class we are using, see that inside catch block we are using exception, right? What is this exception? This class, exception class. What is the use of this exception class? To handle any Java programming errors, we use this exception class. And when we use this error class to handle Java runtime errors, that means the errors which cannot be handled by using this try block. Okay, there could be some errors that can be handled by Java runtime virtual machine. Okay, that means this error class will be used by virtual machine, not by our Java program. Only this exception class will be used in the Java programs in the catch block. Are you clear? Throwable is the main root class and it has 2 subclasses, exception and error. This exception class will be using to handle any Java programming errors in the catch block, and this error class will be used by Java runtime virtual machine to handle unexpected runtime errors that cannot be handled by our Java program. Okay, that is about exception handling mechanism in Java. Okay guys, so you have any doubts guys in Java concepts? See now I will explain you what is it? Jump statements. We already have seen this. Yeah, Bala, I have asked you, right, Bala and Gobind, to display, see that I will show you this one. Some program. It is a program uh, to display triangle, dots triangle using loops and jump statement, loop and jump statements. Okay, see it is a see that here I'm using to print. It will print numbers. It will print numbers in center triangle. It will print numbers in the center triangle shape. See, number of rows 5. Let me run this to understand how it looks. See that 5 rows are printed, numbers triangle in 5 rows. Got it? See that here I am using, in this program I am using for loop and also jump statement I have used. See here there are two logics here. It is the for loop without jump statement. Okay, and here it's another logic using for loop with jump statement. See that continue for one. See here I define a block for one block, and here I am using continue. I want to continue. I want to move the control to for one block. Whenever you run this statement, what will happen? The control will go to for one block directly. So this is called jump statement. Understand? And here I am using break statement, break jump statement in this logic. So there are two logics I have given. One is using for loop with break, another one for loop with continue jump statement. See, in both the logics it is printing triangle, numbers triangle. Okay, we should try this one. Okay, if you have any doubts, just please ask me. And also I will show you a stack or queue program so that you can try other one. I will show you a stack program, queue program I have. It was not defined. A sorting array. Sorting array, have you done this? Sorting array, not written. This program was not written. See here I have a program to read that file, to read the text file and to copy the text file. Okay, this is a program to copy the text file into another text file, to read and print text file content. Okay, here there is some small program. Okay, I will share you all these programs also. Okay, so that you can go through that and you can practice it once, execute it once, and then try to understand all the statements. I will share with you all these programs, whatever I have, for your practice. And jump statements already seen, exception handling, data passing methods. Okay, array list. See, array list is different from arrays. Array is different, array list is different. Array list means list of arrays. Understand? So array list is one kind of array. So we can use array list in Java. How to use array list in Java? One small program. Creating new array list object and adding elements into this array list. Core, Java, Selenium, WebDriver. Here we are adding the elements into this array list. And then we are printing we can remove elements from this array list using remove statement. And again, we can iterate, we can print all the array list elements by using iterator. Iterator, it is an object in Java. Iterator, so it is a list, right? It is an array list, a list of arrays. We can iterate through all the list items using iterator object. See here, iterator, array list dot iterator, and this, if this iterator has a next element, then that means iterator is not yet reached the end of the list. Then we are printing here iterator dot next, get the next element into this variable, and then print that variable value. See how we are iterating the list values. It is an array list dot iterator. We are getting into iterator object variable, and then we are writing some while loop. While this iterator has next element, then get that next element into this variable and print that variable value. Like that, this loop will repeat through all the list items in the array. So it is one important what is a data structure, the Java data structure that we can use in our Java programs. But really, we don't use all those things also in our Selenium. Just to have knowledge about at least one data structure. Array list is one Java data structure. Array list. We can add dynamically elements. We can remove elements from this array list using add and remove methods. And we can iterate through all the elements in the array list by using iterator like this. Okay, I will share you all these programs. You can go to this, and also 1 second, I have something stack program. Have you defined the stack program? If you don't create that stack program, you can look into this stack program. No, I will send email. I will send email all these text files. Okay, so that you can practice all these things. 1 second, stack. I define stack object. Yes. Okay. So this is the stack program. So here we implemented stack program. How we define the stack program. Just try to understand this, and then you try to create a same program for queue implementation. You can try to implement a queue. Queue is not defined, right? Queue also I already defined here. Queue not defined. Okay, it is not created. Okay, fine. I will share today all these text files, all these programs, whatever I have. Okay, and also what are the programs that we have practiced in our sessions. All those text files I will share. I will send email. You can go through that one by one. And if you have any doubts in Java programs, please ask me that all the doubts. If you have any doubts in Java programming, core Java concepts before starting Selenium. So mostly from tomorrow we'll start with the Selenium. So please go through this today, core Java concepts and core Java programs. And if you have any doubts tomorrow, we can discuss once again. If you have any doubts in any topic in Java, core Java concepts. Tomorrow what time we can have, Bala and Govind? So from tomorrow we can have 1 hour sessions daily. So that mostly, right, it will take another, how many classes we have? Let me show you that I have schedule. Let us see our schedule. See here, we completed these things, and from Selenium, these are the concepts will be discussing in Seleniums and frameworks. So at least each topic will take 1 hour. Each topic will take right 1 hour.
Can you chat Word document?
Yes, ma. Bala?
Can you share this Word document, Bora?
Yeah, I will share this Java document also. Yeah, I will share document as well as programs also, program files also, text files. Okay. Yeah, I will share that. I will send that today. I will send it now. And timing. What time you can have tomorrow? Either morning is it okay? 7 to 8, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. tomorrow. Bala.
Bora.
Hmm.
Yeah, the timing is fine for you.
Okay.
7 a.m. or 6 a.m. 7 a.m. should be fine. 7 to 8.
Hmm. 7 a.m. to.
7 to 8 will be fine.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Then good. So Govinda, for you also it's okay, right? So tomorrow our daily, right, we'll try to have the session at 7 to 8 a.m. 1 hour. So let us discuss one topic daily. So so let us start from tomorrow. Selenium, starting with introduction of Selenium and IDE. Hmm? Then we'll go one by one. So before that, you go through all core Java concepts. I will share it, this document and all the text files with you. You please go through this core Java concepts and come up with any, if you have any doubts, we'll discuss one more time, or I can show you that one more time, that topic, whatever you need. Hmm? And right, mostly right, let us try to write from Selenium. Once we start the Selenium, you also try to write, do coding or programming immediately, or write as much as possible, because you will be having sessions daily wise, so you have to do some practice immediately. So once we start the Selenium, I want you also do some hands-on immediately as much as possible. Okay. So only then, right, you feel that Selenium really, right, you are learning. Otherwise, simply if you keep listening, it won't be effective and it won't be useful also much without doing hands-on. Okay, Bala Govind, you have any questions?
No, Bora.
Okay. Okay, Bala, I will send you this mail now immediately, and also I will upload these videos in the website. You can go through it once again, and I will share all the documents as well. So just go through this today, and tomorrow
Yes.
we can discuss if you have any more doubts in the core Java concepts before starting Selenium. Okay.